Republicans are furious about a plan from the Obama administration to release kind of like a college ratings guide. There are so many problems right now within higher education. The cost of higher education has ballooned incredibly. Student loans and the entire predatory student lending industry that is going on, for-profit colleges, jobs that don't pay enough to even realistically have a chance at paying off the student loans that you take on. So the Obama administration decided we're going to put together a ranking system. We will rate 6,000 colleges nationwide based on the value they provide to students and to society. And the goal is to steer billions of dollars in financial aid towards the colleges that rate highly and away from those that don't meet the administration's standards. Now, there has been somewhat of a reaction here. We know that there's a huge contingent of this country who says the government should not be involved in educating people. Fine, let's not argue that. But to say that the government can't even be involved in ranking and evaluating those institutions that are educating is a little too far down the deep end of the small government fetishism that we have known grown to know on this program. But Republicans are absolutely furious. Representative Virginia Fox, a former college administrator, says they're getting involved in something they have no business getting involved with. Absolutely. It's overreach. Congressman Bob Goodlatte, interesting, plans to lead an effort to cut off funding for the ratings initiative. Senator Lamar Alexander says he's going to do the same thing in the Senate. Senator Marco Rubio is among many prominent voices that are saying the concept is just completely flawed. And the Education Secretary, Arne Duncan, says this is actually something that we are morally obligated to do. And I agree with Arne Duncan. If you pay attention to what is happening within higher education, if you see how students' lives are being ruined because they're being taken advantage of by these for-profit institutions that often don't even provide a degree. They give you a certificate and will help you with job placement at an incredible cost. There are so many education scams right now that this is just something we absolutely need to have. And of course, Republicans, mostly under the guise of small government conservatism and not allowing the government to overreach, are saying we shouldn't have this. Of course, it is no surprise at all that so many for-profit colleges are so tightly tied in with Republicans. Remember Mitt Romney talking about how great for-profit college Full Sail Academy in Florida is. I guess he's good buddies with the CEO or some such relationship that he had. Let's allow the government to do this. No one ranking system is ultimately going to be the deciding factor in whether an institution survives or not. Whether it is a good institution is going to be a big part of that. And you can just tell that the for-profit so-called educators are running scared here, and they are aggressively lobbying their Republican friends to oppose this ranking system. I, for one, say free market, sure, absolutely. But free market doesn't mean we don't get involved at all when young adults are being bamboozled by these student loan and for-profit scammers that are out there. I completely support this, and I look forward to seeing the rankings. Next, I will be joined by Gad Saad. We will talk about the recent Freedom of Thought report that was released. Very interesting stuff.